It's the last week of October, and it is time for me to do the final piece of my Preptober puzzle, and that is making a gist list. Hi, my name is Dawn Dalton. I am a freelance writer, an aspiring author, and this year I am working towards self-publishing my debut novel, Game On, and I'm taking you guys along for the ride. This is the first year that I am actively doing a gist list to prep myself for NaNoWriMo. Now, a gist list just literally means get your bleep together. And for me, it's just a list of all the little distractions that I will fixate on during November if I don't do them ahead of time. And before this year, I would revel in those distractions. I would hit the week 2 or 3 slump where all of a sudden my ideas are drying up, my brain doesn't want to write anymore, and I'm looking for anything to get myself distracted so I don't have to think about writing. Now, normally distractions are helpful. You get some of the best ideas from running errands, taking a shower, going for a walk. But in November, when the butt needs to be in the chair and you need to be writing, those distractions aren't as helpful as you think they are. Now, having a clean house because I'm avoiding writing is a mixed bag, because on one hand, clean house, on the other, no words. So I'm going to spend this week getting everything accomplished that has been in the back of my mind so that come November 1st, I can hit the ground running and I have less things that will keep me from writing. So let's do this. I'm going to start the day by making a list of all the things I want to get accomplished this week, most of which is like cleaning off my bookcases, organizing the file folders that live next to my desk, sort of just getting everything straightened up, neatened up. I do have to I want to clean my bathroom and kind of go through everything that's underneath the sink, just because at this point I have started to get to the point where there is less extra and I want to see what's left down there, sort of get it all cleaned up, get it all organized, go through our medications to see if there's anything before either one of us gets super sick that we need to replace, and just sort of get everything straightened up, ready to go, dusted, because a lot of stuff around here needs to be dusted, and just sort of make everything feel fresh and ready to go for the next month. Kitchen's cleaned back up with the exception of the pile of papers on the table that is mostly mail for my in-laws and my husband's Amazon box. So I guess now, time to go deal with the bathroom. I mean, it's only a little messy under here. Well, it doesn't look 100 times better. I did empty out a lot of stuff that was in the drawers, making them easier to get into and out of. But really, this is the reason that I needed to clean out the bathroom. I thought I was almost out of lotion, and I found not 1, but 5 travel sizes and a big bottle of lotion in my cleaning. So I'm gonna actually add a bunch of this stuff to the bottle that's on my desk so I can get rid of all the little bottles. So the plan today is I am going to go grocery shopping. I have to run to the craft store. I need to do laundry and take out trash. And then I really want to start in on cleaning up my bookcases. They're getting really dusty and it's time for them to get a little bit of a refresh. And then I still need to do some writing because got to get everything finished before NaNoWriMo. And I think as one of my things prior to NaNoWriMo is in my writer notebook, I have a bunch of pages just jammed in, as well as a bunch of stuff sitting on my desk from when I cleaned out my file folders yesterday, because I also did that because they were overflowing and it feels like I can breathe again. Most of the stuff just needed to get filed away or thrown away. So I do want to get some of that put in just so that I don't have random papers flying everywhere and I can actually close my notebook again. So first things first, I'm going to fill my water bottle and go grocery shopping and hit up the craft store. All right, grocery shopping is done. Groceries are put away. Laundry has been started. Yarn has been procured. And now I need to do a little bit of writing, check my email, a little bit of admin tasks before I move on. I still need to clean my bathroom, which includes just scrubbing out my sink and my toilet because ew. I do want to give my bookcase a quick go through to see if there's anything on there that can be filtered out. Give all the shelves a wipe down and kind of reorganize, because I am getting a bunch of piles of books that are just stacking up and aren't going anywhere. I did wipe down my dresser yesterday, so that's nice and clean. I just have to put another stick of incense in the incense holder so that if I need it, it's there. My desk is mostly clean, so I don't have to deal with that today. I do have to move a few post-it notes down on my Kanban board. Yeah, it's starting to feel a little bit cleaner in here, a little bit more productive. It's one of the reasons I wanted to do this Gist Week, is so that I can think a little bit clearer, because I don't have everything weighing on the back of my mind. I do think I'm going to go through my closet and my dresser just to kind of filter out a few things that I never wear so that I can pop those in my car to take to Goodwill or someplace. But yeah, this Gist Week is starting to look really good. I'm starting to feel like I'm ready for NaNoWriMo. I know I'm going to get questions as to why I have books like this on my bookcase, because it's not aesthetically pleasing, but it is a way for me to visually represent what books still need to be read on my bookcase. At some point I should probably just flip them up, but it gives me an incentive to actually read the books that I haven't read yet, instead of just pulling something from my Kindle, etc. So halfway through this bookcase, I'm gonna finish this up. Moving a few of my notebooks around on my writer nonfiction shelves actually really helped loosen up some of the tightness that is these shelves, so it should make it so that I can get everything to mostly fit on my bookcases. I'm still going to go through and see if there's anything that needs to come off and go to like Half Price Books or something. Today, we are ripping through this list like it is nothing. Yesterday I got laundry done, grocery shopping done, took out trash, and got my fridge cleaned out, got it a little restocked. I also decluttered my bookcases and wiped them all down. I now have a pile of books that have to go to Half Price Books, so I'm gonna have to do that before the week is out. A lot of the stuff that got moved around was mostly because I took a bunch of notebooks off of the bookcase next to my desk and refilled it full of nonfiction books that were living on the 9 feet of bookcases, so that's become more fiction than anything. Books that I'm never gonna read got pulled off. Most of the books that I did pull off actually came from my crafting section, because there's a lot of stuff that I'm never gonna do. I'm never gonna actually bind books, which allowed me to actually get my hardcovers of the Outlander series put away properly so that they don't fall off the bookcase. Today I'm gonna clean the bathroom because it's disgusting, and I also want to clean up our gaming corner a little bit because it bothers me how disorganized it is, and I want to make it actually functional. I'm also going to be putting a lot of the pages of notes that I have in my commonplace notebooks into my writer notebooks so that I can get rid of all of the excess papers that are just laying around. And hopefully some of these ideas that I've pulled out are for the stories that I'm currently working on. Like this page has some notes for the 4th book in my House That Gaming Built series that I am getting ready to outline. So just making sure that I don't have any outstanding papers for anything that I'm currently working on, get everything sort of moved to where it's supposed to go, and get myself just a little bit more organized and have some of these papers out of my way so that come next week I can just hit the ground running and get going. So I'm gonna go clean the bathroom. I'm not gonna take you guys with me because nobody needs to see me clean the toilet. And then I'm gonna clean up the gaming corner and get some of this stuff written into my notebook. Perfect and not nearly as organized as I would like it, but at least I'm not tripping over empty bags sitting in front of the gaming corner. Now that the corner's cleaned up and I've put a lot of papers into my writer notebook, this thing is still fairly chunky because not every piece of paper that was in here has been actually written on the pages, because some of it is just notes for full stories that it doesn't pay for me to put them in here only to rewrite them later. So a lot of that is done. I did manage to pull a few more things out for my current works. So the only things that are really left on my just list is to go through the closet on the other side of the room and my dresser to kind of just make sure that the clothes that are in there should be in there, get rid of anything that I don't wear anymore, and just sort of give my space a bit of a refresh. The closet on the other side of the room, in addition to holding clothes, also has like all of my extra candles and a few other things like my personal toolbox. So I kind of just want to get everything pulled out, wiped down, refolded, make sure everything is still in good condition. I know that I have a pair of pajama pants that do need to go through my sewing machine because I ripped a big hole in them, and I do have to get rid of another pair because they have gotten to be too old. Rid of much, just a few sports bras and t-shirts that no longer fit, but I do like how clean it feels. Happy Wednesday. I'm almost finished with my gist list for the week. I only have one thing left on the list, and that's to paint a few resin pieces that I printed last week. I am going to start the day by going out and doing a bonus thing on the list, which is to take all of the books that I pulled from my bookcases, 2 half-price books, just to get rid of them. I know I'm not going to get very much, but the space on the bookcases is more important. I'm just doing my final look through of all of my bookcases to see if there's anything that I skipped over. And I already grabbed a bunch of books that I had originally picked up for a story that is so far back on the burners that it's not worth having the books. Plus, most of the information that I need, I already have saved on a bunch of different spots in my Pinterest. So I'm going to take that to half-price books. I might look to see if they have The Artist's Way, just so that I can read about morning pages and see if I missed some very vital bit of information during my challenge. But other than that, the gist list is done. I feel like I can breathe a little bit easier because everything's cleaner. I'm not tripping over the bags from Gen Con. I'm not digging through a pile of clothes that's leaning over and about to fall over. Most of the stuff that I pulled from my dresser and from my closet have been things that were so old that I don't know why they were still there. You know, sports bras that lost their elasticity, socks that, you know, were falling apart, things like that. Most of what I pulled out is not even worth taking to the thrift store. now it's Thursday, and I literally have one thing left on my list to do, and I've already got it started. And for the most part, it is just finishing it up and getting the table re-cleaned off because I've been doing a bunch of crafting. But I'm feeling a lot better about going into NaNoWriMo because everything that I would normally fixate on, like dusty bookcases that aren't going to affect me and can wait until November is over, are now done. And because I front-loaded so much of my list early on in the week, I'm down to just one super easy task that is going to take me maybe an hour to complete at most, which is good because I now have 2 books to read and review for my freelance work, and I really need to be able to focus in on those. So next week starts NaNoWriMo, and so you guys will get some behind the scenes NaNoWriMo diaries as I juggle the final preparations for Game On to get it published, as well as working on my NaNoWriMo story, which is just The Land Beyond the Rainbow, drafting Roll of the Dice, and continuing to put some words into Press Start, just so that I can kind of keep everything going, even though I'm doing a crazy challenge. So hopefully November is as productive as last year's NaNoWriMo. But yeah, if you are enjoying watching the highs and the lows of my struggle, be sure to feed the algorithm, boop that like button, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.